Good evening and welcome to the Final Word phone with me, Majestic, and former Crystal Palace, Newcastle, and West Ham boss Alan Pardew, because two of them, but those three there, two of them lost this weekend, but West Ham won. What a victory that was.
A great result and a great performance.
Yeah.
By the way. And it looks like they just got a little bit of a turn in them, maybe.
I agree.
Get out of it. Hope so.
They went to see Dr. Tottenham, didn't they? When you see Dr. Tottenham, he prescribes you some wins and then you go off.
You go.
And yes, we'll be speaking about those three teams very soon. But the phone lines are on fire. Manchester United leave North London with all 3 points, and we've already had Gunners on tonight saying they want Arteta gone. He's got to go now. Perry Grove says it's a wobble. Man United fans are saying give Michael Carrick the managerial job full time. So we want to hear your views. Pick up the phone 03717 223344. You can watch us on YouTube, on your smart TV. It's Sunday night. This is where you'd sit back, get a cup of tea, a little cake or something, and
relax
and enjoy the Final Word with Imagine Part of talkSPORT. So many messages coming through as well. We're going to go through those as well. Lots of Chelsea fans getting involved after their victory today. Rossini's doing all right, mate.
Done well. Is that 4 games, is it?
After Rory Jennings called it the most undeserving managerial appointment of all time.
Yes, yes.
Proving Rory wrong.
Yeah. Great result today. I mean, a Palace, so I'll come on to them later.
Right, let's go to an Arsenal fan first, and then we're going to speak to a delighted United fan. Let's go to Steve. How are we, Steve?
Hi, Madge. Hi, Alan. Good show as always.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate that. Listen, you're still top of the league. Like, no need to worry, is there?
Yeah, but you know, as you said in your previous comment, you know, history could be repeating itself, and you know, I'm one of these Arsenal supporters. I find it very, very hard to get excited that we are top of the league, top of the Champions League. You know, I watched the game earlier in my local, and it was the same against Liverpool. It was the same against City last year, and he just sets the team up so defensive, you know, and you know. You spend £63 million on Eze in the summer. You spend £52 million on Madueke, and it just can't get them into the system. And going back to when I was listening to talkSPORT a couple of weeks ago, everyone's saying that Gyökeres is not the man. We could have Harry Kane or Erling Haaland leading the line for us.
Steady, Steve. Steady.
If you can't get your striker into the game, how do you expect him to score, Alan?
Well, what I would say, Steve, is that with all due respect, both wingers at Arsenal come inside, don't they? So it is difficult for the striker. You know, how many times does it flash across the box, you know, or across that 6-yard box where strikers feed off those kind of balls?
No, I get that, Alan.
That's a problem.
It was the game against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, you know, when Ben White... I think it was Ben White's attempt. He just whipped it straight across, and it was the keeper's mistake. But Gyökeres is there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, if Arteta doesn't get over the line this season, he's got to go at the end of the season. He's been backed. He's been backed 110% in the summer. And I was saying to myself earlier, I think if Emery or Wenger would have been backed the way he's been backed, then who knows what would have come.
Especially what you're seeing with Aston Villa serving up football-wise. You know.
100%. I mean, Aston Villa, before Emery took over, they were in a relegation battle, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And like,
he's already been the manager at Arsenal, though. And
I know, but that's what we're saying. You know, Steve's saying he didn't get the backing.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I got you.
He was not backed.
Yeah. Well, what I would say is that when you're talking about, you know, letting taking the handbrake off a little bit, do you know, I was talking about the change of system. Maybe he could change the system, but maybe he could release his fullbacks a little bit, couldn't he? And get them to overlap a little bit more. They always stay behind the ball. So therefore,
I think that was the thing. I think before Ben White got injured, you know, him and Saka's chemistry, and especially Odegaard down that right, I mean, it was unbelievable.
That was better. That was a better free, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was 100%.
Yeah.
So you're going to give him to the end of the season, and if he doesn't deliver you any... What about if he delivers you the FA Cup and not the league and the Champions League?
It's not enough, Madge. It's got to be either the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we brought Berta in as well, I think, you know, to
Steve,
help...
let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, right?
Yeah,
with the squad he's got and the support you got in that stadium, mark him out of 10 for the season so far, Arteta. What are you going to give him?
Got to be a 6. Got to be a 6 so far.
Well, there you go.
Brilliant, cool. Thank you very much, Steve. Dave is a Man United fan. He joins us. How are we, Dave?
Hey up, boys. You all right?
Yeah, very well. Wow. How good were your team today?
Well, just before I get on to St. Michael, I'm just absolutely astounded by these Arsenal fans. You're top of the league, you're firing on 4 fronts, and you're giving him 6 out of 10.
I thought that might stimulate a few people. Yeah.
I'll tell you something now. I wish I was in your position with our club at the moment, fighting on 4 fronts, and you're whinging. What are you, 4 points clear tonight?
Absolutely. And the other thing is,
absolutely astounded. Michael Carrick schooled him today. He schooled Arteta today. But Arsenal, I'm just astounded with these Arsenal fans. They're fighting on 4 fronts. They beat Inter Milan, didn't they, in the midweek?
Yeah. Brilliant performance. I'm
just absolutely astounded. They can't give him 6 out of 10. Anyway, let's get on to my club now. Anyway, give him Pards, you said it spot on before the break, mate. Give him the job now.
Well, he has a lot of credentials. I mean, people keep the football clubs and technical directors are mainly foreign, and they're looking abroad for the shiny object that wins the league in Belgium or wins the league in Portugal. But you've got a fella here, Michael Carrick, who's done an apprenticeship at Middlesbrough, knows the football club, knows exactly how it works, respected by everybody at the club, including the dinner lady and the lady who serves the beer on the terraces and the fans, more importantly. Why can't he do it? I just don't understand why, he's not being talked about as a long-term option.
Dave, you're absolutely right. And the other thing about Michael Carrick is, and Pards can testify this as well, he's a gentleman. He's such a
solid citizen.
I had the pleasure of DJing at his Michael Carrick Foundation party that he had, and all the Manu boys were there and that. And it was his wife, actually, who's a big fan of my DJ work. And I spoke to him for what must have been 45 minutes to an hour after the show about football and how he's getting on the Borough and his time at Spurs. And he had all the time in the world for me. And he was so passionate about his football and stuff. What he's talking about. I think it's, Rossini is in at Chelsea. And, as I mentioned, Rory Jennings, who's a friend of mine and, of course, a colleague here on talkSPORT, said it was the most undeserving managerial appointment ever. This is one of the most deserved. Like you said, he's done his apprenticeship. He went to Borough. He did well with Borough. They didn't get it over the line, but he did really well with there. He knows the club, yeah? He's loved... Dave, you love him, right, Carrick? What a player he was for you.
Look, Michael Carrick's one of the best midfielders I've ever seen when he was at West Ham, Tottenham.
Well, Pards had him at West Ham. Pards had him at West Ham. What was he like, Pards?
Exactly.
Well, I've said this before about the greatest attribute I can say about Michael Carrick, apart from being a great personality and citizen, is that his first touch, he was just immune to pressure.
Yeah.
It was almost like he knew where the pressure was coming from, and his touch would take him away from the pressure and therefore buy him time. And that sort of lazy style he had was easy for him.
So cool and collective.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you must have enjoyed it.
So cool and collective on the ball. And then also, as well as you, Pards, a good manager, but he was also under the mentor of one of the best managers in football history.
Of course.
And he brought the professionalism and the man out of him that he is today. And he, like you say, he's an absolute gentleman. And I really think now, after these 2 performances these last 2 weeks, he's got the United DNA. He knows what the club is all about. You've got to give it. You don't have to go to your Amorim's and your Ten Hag's and all that. You go to people who love Manchester United. Agreed. He bleeds Manchester United. Today, if we'd have got beat today, Amorim would have just gone home, had a cup of coffee. Michael Carrick gone home hurting.
And you know what, Dave, I feel like it when I speak to proper Man United fans like yourself. To feel that connection to the club, you need someone in that hot seat that you feel like is one of you. And I feel this is what that is.
Yeah, but I also think there's an added advantage of Michael Carrick, and the added advantages of the media that we do have now, where we have so many massive Manchester United ex-players who really are kind of their lives, their new media lives are built around Man United. They are. Is a fact.
Yeah.
And Michael Carrick, they will definitely embrace with him. They will buy him some time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like they did with Ollie.
Yeah. And I think that's what
absolutely Ollie as well
needs now. And if I was Jim Ratcliffe, who was sitting in the stand today, by the way, I don't know if you noticed that he was sitting in the stand. I think he might be thinking, well, this might be a wise move.
Steve Holland in the coaching staff in the back.
And a top coach is there as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So brilliant. Dave, great call, and I'm glad
I'm glad that he's happy.
Yeah.
He's happy, wasn't he?
It's nice to hear Manchester United fans happy. I know you said the league needs a strong Manchester United. We've had some fun about
the
that.
world, I said.
No, but
World
listen,
football, I said.
I'll tell you what, it was a great watch today. And the league needs games like that on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we've had so many games, haven't we?
I know.
Particularly Spurs.
Got a message here. I'm guessing every time I turn the station on, it's going to be a show from Manchester. Change the record or lose listeners. Do you really think the nation want a show from Manchester? My friend, 03 717 223344. How it works on this station is you call us about your team and we talk about it. That's why we still got to talk about the Villa, Newcastle, West Ham, loads more to come. It's the final word on talkSPORT. It's that Love Island sound in bed once again. Coming up on Love Island, former West Ham manager Alan Pardew strolls into the Villa. All right, I'm Alan Pardew. Used to manage Newcastle and West Ham United. You rolled in.
No, but I rolled in that Villa, didn't I, in the summer with Tony Pulis and Sam.
Yeah. It looked quite Love Island.
Yeah, it looked like Love Island. They asked us to do some Love Island clips. I've never seen them come out, which is thank goodness for that.
Imagine ex-Premier League manager Love Island. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ian Holloway pops up. We'll be speaking about Ian Holloway later on, won't we?
We will, yeah. Ollie was in town yesterday.
Brilliant. What about Bromley? Eh? They're my second team this season, by the way. I love Bromley.
Bromley,
We'll be talking about them later.
We'll get Woody on later.
It's not just Manchester United we're talking about. We're talking all the leagues, all the games, all the performances. But, of course, we have to start with the game that we've just seen unfold before our eyes at the Emirates as Arsenal lost 3-2 to Manchester United, making it, 4 points behind now, Man City and Villa.
Our show is a little bit of therapy, isn't it?
It is.
We're not like looking for clickbait. We're not trying to, wind everybody up. We're just trying to say, look, come, we'll share it with you. We'll try and give you some sense around it. Perry was like, I thought Perry Groves was like gone today.
Perry definitely
he was upset. If he wants to ring in, Perry, if you're out there, mate, ring in.
Yeah, Perry, if you're on the way home.
I'll give you a moment.
Was Perry at the Emirates? He wasn't. Okay, well, listen.
But he was like, they didn't get out to him fast enough and give him a chance to shoot. He was,
And even he said, here comes the pylon. Here comes the pylon. You got to expect the pylon when you're at the top of the league because everybody wants to come for the king.
Pell, go home and have a beer, mate.
Give us a call, 03717 223344. Have a cup of tea.
I love him, by the way.
Have a cup of tea, mate. Let's go to Gabby, who was at the game today. How are we, Gabby?
Well, Maj, been better. I've got to say this with what you guys have just said there. I couldn't think of a better show for me to come on and drown my sorrows with for therapy, I've got the master of ceremonies, probably one of the greatest garage guys ever in my man Maj, who's now DJ and radio presenter. There is no end of limits to your talents, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Very kind.
And Mr. Alan Pardew, who knows the Premier League and
has been there
as well. He's humble. My phone's blowing up like yours are blowing up tonight. Everybody's been waiting for his result. That United. How can anybody argue? Nobody could argue with him. Arteta, 8.5 out of 10 for this season. Everybody else is losing around us tonight. We gave too much space, gents. We gave too much space, and
which isn't like you. Which isn't like you, by the way. That's one thing Arsenal do well.
And you don't give goals. The first goal was a complete gift, and the other two are from outside the box. So they still defended well, really. I mean, I can't remember too many opportunities for Man United.
Gents, that kicked them on. I think if we hadn't conceded, give them that goal, that Kinder Bueno, that little surprise egg, they wouldn't have done what they've done today. But we have to be humble.
Kinder Bueno for Bueno.
yeah, exactly, bruv. But look, we're going to have to just dust ourselves off, come again.
That's what champions do. That's what champions do. And if you are going to win it, then that result today, you go again. And at the end of the day, you are top of the Premier League.
Yeah, well, hold on, Madge, as well, by the way. Man United and Michael had a week to work on that game.
Yes.
And Arsenal have gone to Inter Milan, had to work the nuts off to get a fabulous result, come back, have 1 day's training, probably 1 hour's training, actually, to prepare for Man United. So, they did have an advantage in this game. And that is a factor. Don't hide behind the fact that this is, an unbelievable result. There are some facts around it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just quickly, do you think that if he doesn't win the Premier League or the Champions League this year, for example, he wins the League Cup or the FA Cup, does he have to go if he doesn't win either of the big prizes?
Maj, I'll answer this to you because you're a sound fella. If this was Goldstein, I think I'd be seething at the bits because he does that to antagonise people. You know what I mean? Give the old "what would you rather." If he doesn't win a trophy, he has to go, doesn't he? Really, I don't think there's any way back. I don't know what part Alan would say in regards to that as being in that hot seat. You know that what he's had. You know. Would Alan give him another season if he won nothing this year? That's kind of how.
Great question.
I think it's going to be the manner how it all plays out for me. You know, like, can you imagine if you're like, I don't know, you need a win in the last game and he loses, and because he's conservative. And I think, or he goes to a cup final and again he doesn't set the team up to really have a go and he loses. I think anything like that, he could be in trouble. So I think it's going to be the manner. I think they will win something from, looking at the depth they have. Yeah, well, I think they'll win something.
4 trophies they could possibly win. Yeah. There's got to be at least one. Thank you very much, Gabby. Let's go over to Jack, a Man United fan, joins us on the show. Hello, Jack.
Hi there, how you doing?
Jack is back, just like Manchester United.
Absolutely. I thought we were absolutely fantastic today.
Yeah. Listen, it's got to be probably, and you played brilliant against City. I thought it was an even better performance than the City performance. The intensity from the Man United players. And again, you see when you're playing at that level, for me, Bruno Fernandes, he's a top player. And he thrives in those environments.
Well, I don't know what Jack thinks.
Honestly,
go on, Jack.
He was absolutely class today. I think Arsenal, they kind of went a bit soft on us, to be fair. I think Arteta's substitutions really did not help the game at all.
Oh, he's broke up on us, Jack.
Oh, have we got Jack?
Oh, hello?
Yeah, you're back with us, Jack.
Hello? Yeah, I'm back with you. I'm going through a dodgy service bit, so...
And in terms of Michael Carrick, do you reckon he's the man for the job?
You know what? I think it's too soon to say. I mean, I'm so happy that the club's getting back to that. To be honest, those 2 performances just really show what we are as a club. I think that's just been hidden a bit with Amarin coming in. I think to be honest, I think we sacked Amarin a bit too early. But I don't just want it to be a short-term success with Carrick. I think we don't want another Solskjaer situation.
No, that's right. So, as you say, he's still got to play out this season with Michael, but he's had a great start. One thing I want to mention today, Madge, what about him, Harry Maguire, right, in the last 2 games? He comes into the team, right, play left side centre-back.
Big H.
Right, and, it's all on him. There's a lot of pressure on him. England's coming up, and he's absolutely strolled through these 2 games. Hasn't he? He's been brilliant.
He's a big game player, that man.
And on those set plays today, he was essential for Man United. Just his presence.
And who was the last person at the Michael Carrick Foundation thing I DJ'd at? Who was the last one still there on the dance floor? The big man, H.
What do you mean on the dance floor? He was, throwing some moves?
Oh, mate, he was there. He was having a good time. He was the last man there. You know when they collect the drinks at the end, like, come on. We're done.
Oi, big fella.
Yeah, big fella.
You got to go, mate. Is it one of them? We had to say sort him out.
Listen, he's done brilliantly for England, Harry Maguire. He has had a tough time at United. He's been asked question after question, and he's got them out of trouble so many times.
I was speaking to I won't change his name, but a well-known Premier League manager this week, and he said to me, Harry Maguire needs to play for England, and I was like, not so sure about that. And he went, you know why? Because he'll get us the winning goal in the World Cup final from a set play.
So true.
And you know what he's like at set plays.
Remember that in the last,
so dangerous.
Last World Cup was against Ukraine, wasn't it? And he got a header.
Absolutely.
I've got some stats here of Arsenal's forward play, if you'd like to hear some.
Yeah, come on, let's have them.
So, Saka, 0 goals in the last 13 appearances in all competitions.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a tough one.
Victor Gyökeres, 0 non-penalty goals in the last 11 Premier League appearances. Gabriel Martinelli, 0 goals in the last 13 Premier League appearances. Noni Madueke, 0 goals in the last 25 Premier League appearances.
25? That can't be right.
25 Premier League appearances. And Leandro Trossard, 1 goal in the last 11 appearances in all comps. Some stats have been sent there. That doesn't bode well, does it?
Well, it doesn't bode well, but, let's be honest, as was mentioned by Perry, was that the top team, any top team who wins the league, does have a little spell. And I think Arsenal are probably in that kind of downward graph. The graph is just going down a little bit, and they need a blip up. I mean, I'm saying that after a tremendous performance at Milan. So, listen, I don't think there's a lot to worry about. I think some of the criticism of Arteta about changing the system, throwing a bit of caution to the wind, I think that would be helpful if he did. If he just loosened it up a little bit, even at the end of games, keep it as it is until your 80th minute. But if you need it, if you're drawing or you're losing, throw a bit of caution to the wind. Take a few gambles.
There are loads of you trying to get through. We're going to get to your call. We are going to get to your phone call tonight. 03717 223344. Man United fans, how on top of the world are you tonight? And Arsenal fans, Arteta, he's had a 6 out of 10 from one listener, an 8.5, 10 out of another. Where do you rate your season so far? Remember, top of the Champions League group, top of the Premier League right now. Don't panic. Don't panic. You know, a lot of people panicking. And this is me as a Spurs fan saying it. But it is a massive
They're 3 points clear in the Champions League, and what are they, 5 points clear in the Premier League tonight? Is it
4 points, I think.
4 points, beg your pardon. 3 in the Champions League, 4 in the Premier League.
Yeah, you're
not a bad position to be in, is it? If someone said to you, if you said, like, you know, at the end of July, just come back off your Greek holiday, and you're an Arsenal fan, you think, oh, I'm going to buy a season ticket, a bit expensive, and you say, oh, but you're 3 points in the Champions League position in January, and you'll be 4 points with it in the Premier League, you go, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what is a massive game? 18th of April, Manchester City and Arsenal at the Etihad.
Yeah.
18th of April. And then they host Newcastle. And you know they got last day of the season, didn't you? Crystal Palace away.
Oh,
that's not going to be easy. And you never know where Palace might be at that point.
Palace.
Because I'm worried about Palace at the moment.
Yeah, I think that you're not the only one who's worried about Crystal Palace. Let me tell you.
03717 223344. It is the record-breaking final word. Phone in here on talkSPORT.